Welcome back, it's Doug MPA. A lot of modern women are going to end up old, lonely, and broke. Why? Because they wasted their 20s getting some degree that nobody cares about that isn't going to make them any money, or they gave all their prime years to some job that in the long run could care less about them, and they gave up all the opportunities they had to find a man to marry and spend their life with. And they're going to end up like this woman. Diane Williams is 62 years old, lives paycheck to paycheck. The headline says, a boomer living on $2,400 a month is waiting 8 years to collect maximum Social Security benefits, even though she's struggling to get by. And we're going to get into this article. This is where a lot of these modern women are going to end up, guys. They're going to be strong and independent until they smash into this wall here. Just like Diane here. So we're going to get into this. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me, what I'm doing over here. And let's get into this. It says, sometimes Diane Williams will buy a scratch-off lottery ticket in the hopes she will win. She doubts it, but it's worth a try. So she can barely get by, but she's buying lottery tickets. So that's real smart.
Jesus H. Christ.
The 62-year-old works full-time in the airline and transportation industry and is considering applying for a second job to boost her income. Business Insider confirmed her take-home pay is about $2,400 a month, but it's barely enough to cover her regular expenses like rent and groceries. Meanwhile, she has no 401k and worries she will never have enough to retire. I'm not even trying to live like a rich person, said Williams, who lives in North Babylon, Long Island. I'm just trying to get by, and I can't even do that. So first off, why is she living in New York? Guys, if you can avoid moving to these major cities, especially as you get older, maybe move there when you're young to start your career, but as soon as you can, you got to get out of LA, Chicago, DC, New York. Get out. It is too expensive. Williams said that she doesn't have any savings, and if her landlord were to evict her tomorrow, she's scared that she would be on the street. Because her income doesn't cover all her expenses, she frequently puts grocery and gas purchases on her credit card and has accrued thousands of dollars in debt. Yikes, you guys. So she's been living on credit cards for how long? She lives paycheck to paycheck and struggles to see a future where she can stop working. But even though Williams is eligible for Social Security support at her age, she said she's waiting until she's close to 70 to cash in for maximum benefit. Millions of other older Americans are facing a similar choice. Many baby boomers primarily live off their Social Security income in retirement. However, the average 1907 Social Security check often isn't enough for many boomers to afford basic necessities, and more than half don't have the assets or savings to further support themselves. And I guarantee you a lot of these are women, single women. Because you don't see a lot of articles about men and women who are married for 20, 30 years in this kind of a predicament. It's just women that choose to go it alone. Some, like Williams, are hopeful that waiting to enroll in Social Security will allow them to receive larger monthly checks in their 70s and 80s, even if it means struggling financially and continuing full-time work in their 60s. So she has 8 years to go, like they said at the earlier article. She's going to live paycheck to paycheck on credit cards for 8 more years. Americans can start collecting Social Security at 62, but according to the Social Security Administration, their benefits will be lower than if they waited until their official retirement age, which varies by birth year. For example, if an individual born after 1960 takes Social Security right at 62, they will receive 70% of the potential funds instead of the 100% they get at 67. And if retirees wait until age 70 to start their Social Security, their monthly amount will be even higher because they will receive a delayed retirement credit up to 8% of the annual rate. To Williams, it feels financially irresponsible to apply for Social Security right now, she said. So she's going to get more money later, but then she's going to have to pay off all the debt that she's accruing now, living paycheck to paycheck and on credit cards. How does that make any sense? Williams and her ex-husband share an apartment because neither of them can afford rent on their own. The unit is in poor repair. Williams said the windows won't fully close. Her water sometimes shuts off, and she doesn't usually have heat in the winter. So she lives with her ex-husband? Are they just friends? Roommates? Are you serious? Well, I mean, I guess they have to make it work somehow. And she's smart enough to, she has history with the guy. They probably had a kid or two. So if she has to live with someone and he's cool with it, what do you guys think? Put in the comments what you think about the situation here. Was it a good idea for her to move back in with her ex-husband? She has to juggle her other expenses, groceries, credit card bills, car repairs, gas, electricity, and other utilities. Williams struggles to get enough to eat, but said her income is too high to receive SNAP food benefits. Still, Williams says she faces more than a $250 deficit each month. So she's going into debt $250 at least each month. And you know what? Let's go back to her living with her husband here. What is he doing? Is he as broke as her? And why? That's a whole different set of questions, I guess. For healthcare, she said she has some Medicaid insurance through the state, but she expects she will need to renew or get a new plan when it expires in the fall. Although Williams needs insurance for her medicine and doctor's visits, she said her job doesn't provide the kind of long-term coverage she needs for her chronic health condition. Doesn't think she can afford the fees to enroll in Medicare. She's not sure what to do. If I have to pay for that, what happens to other bills? She said. You get yourself stuck. You take from one bill to pay to the next. Doesn't this sound great, guys? All these strong, independent women. This is where they're going to end up. I keep saying it. Not all boomers live like Williams. Some have few expenses and live in low cost of living areas. Others develop a strong nest egg from long corporate careers and can spend their retirement years vacationing. Even so, Business Insider has heard similar stories of older adults without savings who have to choose which bills to pay, delay important doctor visits, and struggle to put food on the table. Williams said her financial situation is horribly stressful, but while some extra money would help supplement her paycheck, she's confident in her choice to wait for Social Security. I can't imagine a situation that would make me say I'm going to take it earlier, Williams said. If I can fight it out until full retirement age at 67, I can fight it out until I'm 70. I've been fighting my whole life. 8 years, guys. Paycheck to paycheck, going deeper and deeper into debt, racking up credit cards. This is the future. And all this is going to do is tax American society. Men don't take from the system like women do, especially elderly women, guys. Once again, when you see all these women on social media, or these articles, women are happier alone. All these studies, women save less, make less, uh, take more, spend more money. Single women aren't supposed to be out here. They're just not. There's this illusion that single women just have just live their best lives as they get older. It's a myth and it's not true. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.